Chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime just got delayed, but now we got our first official gameplay trailer showing off Chapter 3 gameplay. Tons of cutscenes and new characters plus returning ones, and even a full reveal of the catnap monster. So to keep things quick, Chapter 3 recently got delayed by the developers in a brand new announcement post that reads, "Hello everyone, today we've made the unfortunate decision to delay Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 several additional weeks into 2024. We realize that this news may be disappointing. This was a tough decision for us to make, and we hope you accept our apologies. We made this decision to give us enough time to release Chapter 3 at the quality we are striving for. Simply put, the game is not ready yet. Our developers have been putting in extraordinary effort to give you the best possible experience we can deliver. Chapter 3 is going to be the biggest, highest quality installment to Poppy Playtime yet, and we cannot wait for you guys to enjoy it. We understand the emotional investment you've made in our game, and we do not take your support for granted. Your enthusiasm and passion are what drive us to continue the creation of this project we've poured so much into. Thank you for your unwavering support, understanding, and patience. Your excitement fuels our commitment to excellence, and we can't wait for you to experience the final product. Until then, we've put together this gameplay trailer to finally show to the world a small snippet of the incredible work our team has been doing here. We hope you enjoy, Zach and Seth Bellinger." And while this statement is super disappointing, with it we got a brand new Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 official gameplay trailer that plays like this. First, the tape starts off showing the Smiling Critters cartoon we've seen before, but is quickly interrupted by an alert. With the alert reading, "Emergency Alert System, effective 8/8/1995, 11 EST. Playtime Company issues a workforce danger alert," before we hear a voice.
The following message is for all Playtime Company employees.
The trailer reads, "Have you heard the news?" before cutting to this. A big house in the playcare while a Poppy voice says, then showing some gameplay footage and even the player picking up the red gas mask. Again reading, "These children have suffered," before a new voice speaks. "That thing, catnap, the prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics." Then saying, "These children grow hungry," before we hear the Poppy doll explain our mission in the chapter. How her and her new friend Kissy Missy need our help to get revenge against the monsters who tortured them, and to for some reason stop the prototype. Showing us a bunch of other gameplay footage, and then the screen goes black, revealing to us none other than the catnap monster. And that is the entire trailer. Which, before I break down, can I just say this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. The graphics, the characters, the returning toys, the new ones. This thing looks absolutely insane, and there is so much lore and secrets to unpack here. But starting at the beginning with the error message, the emergency alert system we see here is specifically set for the time 11 EST on August 8th, 1995, which is a time you might recognize from a previous VHS tape we got earlier this year from Kissy Missy titled Restricted Relocation, which took place on the same date, August 8th, 1995, and in the top left, when the Kissy Missy bigger body is being transported into the playcare, we could see it was 10:59, 1 minute before the alarm in the trailer, before the tape glitches 15 minutes later to 11:14 with all of the employees dead. So clearly something happened here at 11 that caused everything to go wrong in the factory. In fact, judged from the dead employees, this being the latest recorded date in the factory's history, and in Chapter 1 there being a log called the Final Log where we hear a bunch of monsters and employees screaming.
Final log in relation. Experiment 1006.
It's presumed that this time that we see on the TV is when all of the employees were attacked by the monsters and how they all went missing in the factory. The first real shot of the trailer, though, this time shows a massive house with a Poppy statue on top of it inside of the Chapter 3 location Playcare, along with other cute accessories like a Boxy Boo toy at the bottom here, which is nice. And plus, looking at this area, this appears to be some sort of fake outdoors play area area in the playcare. Judged from the weird cloud sets and the stars seen in the glass sky, probably to give the illusion of day and night. Plus, while the shot is playing, you can hear Poppy say, "Find the flower," which is super interesting because this was our first task given to us at the very beginning of chapter 1, where we found a literal physical flower painting. But yet, Poppy is still repeating this message to us, meaning the words "find the flower" probably have a deeper meaning and could be referring to something like the Poppy flower that created toys like Poppy and presumably the other ones around her. Next, we are shown a shot of gameplay with the player running through the home sweet home area of the playcare, which has been teased to us a few times before. And while not too much can be broken down here, we see things like some green circuits we would use the green hand for. And also the hands we see here, you probably have already noticed, look much different from the ones we use in chapter 1 and 2. And the reason for this is because in the chapter 3 ARG from last week, there were teasers given to us that referenced something called GrabPack 2.0, which presumably was a new type of GrabPack system we didn't know anything about at the time, outside of one bonus teaser the devs gave us that shows the difference between the two GrabPack models in game. And looking at the hands here, we can see that there are screws at the bottom of them, only seen in the GrabPack 2.0 model. So this is an entirely new type of GrabPack that, as we'll talk about, will give the player multiple new abilities inside of the playcare. The next shot shows the player walking up to the red gas mask that we have seen all over the game's teasers for forever now, which looks like a grabbable new item in the game we get to use. Plus, we can see some of the infamous red sleeping gas in the left spit out by the main antagonist Catnap. The next shot shows all of these smiling critters as stuffed animals in a really freaky shot, while at the top some type of writing can be seen but out of frame. Then the following shot has a poster of the Catnap doll, while a person in the background says, "That thing, Catnap." But then flashes to a full picture of the big statue we saw in the second teaser trailer, while the voice continues saying, "The prototype is his god," meaning that this creature right here that shows a bunch of dead toys hanging off of it, like Braun, Boxy, PJ, and even a human being, is either a creation of the prototype or, as we've theorized before, a shrine made from Catnap to worship the prototype as a god. I don't know exactly what its purpose is going to be, but this also explains at the very least what happened to PJ Pugapillar and statues, and a bunch of the other smiling critters as well. The trailer then continues by flashing to a person-like creature hung on the wall, who actually, if you look closely, is the monster version of the Dog Day smiling critter, while the voice in the background continues saying, "This is what he does to heretics," referencing a teaser we have seen before that says the same exact message in this same weird padded up room. And therefore, this shot of Dog Day tied down means that Catnap for some reason saw him as a heretic, defined as a person who goes against a religion, which makes sense since they said Catnap saw the prototype as a god figure. Plus, in the second teaser trailer, we could see candles around the statue, so Catnap sees the prototype as some sort of god figure, and probably punishes people like Dog Day here who choose to not follow the cult. Moving back into the gameplay, the next shot shows the player using the GrabPack 2.0 to switch to a brand new purple hand that can be seen in a couple shots being used to shoot down and use as a boost in order to platform across the factory, and even then showing an absolutely horrifying VHS tape with a face of Huggy who looks much different and scarier from his original monster self, which is an odd detail not really explained in the trailer, but at least it confirms his reappearance in some way. The next shots show another new gameplay mechanic being a spinning electrical rod we can presumably use for some new types of puzzles, then cutting to the second biggest reveal of the chapter, showing none other than Kissy Missy returning into the chapter, and this time we see her riding alongside Poppy, not as an enemy, but rather as our friend in the chapter, while Poppy gives us a little speech saying, "I need you so we can get revenge on those monsters who tortured you," which is an odd sentence because when she says monsters, she could be referring to the employees who made the toys in the factory, or the actual monsters themselves who chase us around it, but let me know your opinions in the comments below. We can also see Poppy is holding a flashlight, meaning there will be some sort of flashlight item or mechanic in the game as well, probably for darker areas. And next we could see none other than the phone, who we have seen in the Poppy Playtime spin-off game Project Playtime's screening room that was merely just decoration. But in this trailer, this time it's ringing with someone at the other line, meaning there's going to be some type of connection between the two games when they release, and maybe this character will have some sort of importance to their connecting and intertwining lore. Following this, we see the player running into a basement area of some sorts while Poppy yells that she's coming, and we then put on the gas mask in action around the catnap red smoke, meaning this is probably a part of some sort of chase scene, which will be insane. With then more shots being shown in the gameplay, and even a chase scene that shows the mangled dog day creature chasing the player, which looks absolutely freaky, and the trailer even concludes with us swinging on some type of platform while Poppy says in the background, the prototype has to die. For this, for everything. While if you slow the video down, you can see some writing on the wall that says peace awaits those who believe. Whatever that means. And then finally showing us a full reveal of the catnap monster. So there is a ton of secrets hiding in here as we broke down, and I'm sure there's more things I haven't seen yet. But I think with all of these cool teases and reveals in the trailer, the biggest question here is what does all this mean for the chapter and the plot? Because this trailer pretty much explains how the game is going to work. More specifically, what this tells us is that the game will be based on us, the player, the Poppy doll, and now also Kissy Missy exploring the playcare, but this time with a mission to stop the prototype, who is the one Poppy blames as responsible for everything. So the prototype is the one pulling all of these strings here for this chapter 3 plot. Plus our main physical antagonist here, Catnap, looks like he won't be an easy character to deal with either. With extremely long arms and big glowing eyes, not to mention he can literally spit out his own red smoke that we need a gas mask to even walk in. And also something cool is that this one shot of Catnap is in what looks like the classroom area, which we've gotten screenshots of before. And plus in other teasers, we've seen Catnap in many other areas, from the bedrooms to the prison heretic area. So it seems like he's going to be a roaming enemy in many places at once. So I couldn't be more excited, and the theories are already brewing in my head. All of my questions for chapter 3 were just answered, giving me much more in the process. But what are your thoughts?